The member from Windsor West.
Thank you, Speaker. My question's to the Premier. Premier, today secondary school teachers in Northern Ontario's Rainbow District School Board joined Durham teachers in standing up to this government's plan to force school closures, cut education, and flip-flop on its commitment to keep class sizes manageable. Last week, elementary teachers announced that they will be in a legal strike position on May 10th. While this government continues to dodge responsibility for mishandling our educational sector, an estimated 26,000 students are missing class and 2,400 teachers are now on the picket line. With teachers on strike, students out of school, and parents across Ontario wondering whether or not their high school seniors will be going off to college or university this fall, will the Premier finally take responsibility for the government's cuts to education?
Thank you. Premier.
Education.
Minister of Education.
Yes, and I must say the NDP is nothing if not persistent. They really do have trouble with the definition of the word cut. So let me say once again, if you have $22.5 billion in education funding last year, and you have $22.5 billion in education funding this year, that is not a cut. That is stable funding. But I want to talk, and less students, so it's actually more per student. But I want to talk about some of the capital, because the accusation is that somehow we've been stingy with capital money. We have invested $12.9 billion in school infrastructure since 2003. We have constructed 725 new schools and more than 700 additions and renovations. We've put aside $750 million for school consolidations, and we've doubled the funding for school renewals.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, again to the Premier. Speaker, the Liberal government continues to deny any cuts to education in Ontario. Along with ignoring inflation, last week this government actually announced their plans to spend $248 million less in education in 2014-2015 than it originally promised. That is nearly a $250 million in-year cut to education this year alone. All the while, the Liberals are telling Ontario families that education funding in this province is stable. If a freeze isn't a cut, and a cut isn't a cut, can the Premier please explain what she thinks is a cut to funding?
Thank you. Minister.
Yes, and I'd be quite happy to explain what happened, because in fact there is a impact of having declining enrollment. So that means that we need to spend less money for more students. What that's actually allowed us to do is to reinvest in the students that are there. As I've said hundreds of times, I think, we don't believe in investing in empty space.
Order.
We believe in investing in the students that are actually there. So what we have done is actually increase.
Carry on.
So what has actually happened this year, Speaker, is in fact we are just flowing the same amount of money as in last year's GSN, but what it means is we are spending more money per pupil. And that is true in both Durham.
Thank you.